All right, for 1411 review, there were some questions on problem 4, certain parts. So 4C in particular was asked for 7 times x to the 5 halves y cubed divided by, now this is my version. Please make sure that you are following along and then try it with your version. So it says simplify each expression, write your final answer without negative exponents. So this is what I have. Now there's a couple ways you can start this question. One way is to distribute the exponents right now. Another way is to first flip the fraction, make that a positive 2, and then distribute the power. A third way is to simplify within the parentheses first and then handle that negative exponent. So 3 ways to start. I'm going to demonstrate the second way, and that is to switch the fraction first and make that outside exponent a positive 2. Okay, now when you distribute this power, it's a power of a power. You don't add, you multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. When you multiply these two, negative half times 2, you get negative 1 in the exponent. Then I have 7 squared, which is 49. I'll do that in the next step. And here I'm multiplying 5 halves times 2, so it's x to the 5, and y to the 3 times 2 is 6. And now when you look at these parts, when you're dividing, the powers get subtracted. So you have x to the 6 minus 5, which is 1. And then y to the negative 1 minus 6, which is negative 7. The 7 squared stays down here. And then you realize that this is a negative exponent. It needs to go downstairs. So you have x divided by 7 squared is 49 times y to the 7. So I'm going to switch to WebAssign here and input my answer and see how we did. Let's see, it's this one. We have x divided by 49, y raised to 7. And you can check your answer. You're going to have multiple attempts for each part. So you can check each part as you do it. All right, the next question that was asked for was E. So 4E is x squared over x squared minus 4 minus x plus 1 over x plus 2. That's this one. Okay, so here we go. Now the first thing you need to understand is you can't cancel anything. Okay, that's all illegal. What you need is to get a common denominator. So factor this first. It's x plus 2 times x minus 2. So the LCD is this denominator because it includes x plus 2 from there as well as itself. Now the first fraction is just as it is because it already has the common denominator, but the second fraction is lacking a factor. It's lacking the x minus 2. So multiply top and bottom by it, and just like that we have a common denominator. This first fraction just has an x squared. Now for this bit, you need to be careful because you have a minus and you have to FOIL this. So I'm going to start a parentheses to have that multiplied result in here. So that's x squared. Then you have a negative 2x plus x. That's just a negative x minus 1, minus 2 there, 1 times negative 2. And now distribute that minus sign carefully, and you'll see some good things happen here. The x squared minus x squared, that's just 0. And then you're left with x plus 2 on the top, divided by x plus 2 times x minus 2. So this is divided by itself. It leaves a 1 on the top, and it's 1 over x minus 2. All right, let's go enter this answer, see if we get it right. So 1 divided by x minus 2. Oops, 2. I forgot the 2 there. Let's check that answer. And then we have one more question to do. All right, that nice green check. The last question is F, 4F, where you have y over x minus x over y on the top, divided by 1 over y minus 1 over x. Once again, don't do anything illegal. Nothing cancels here. Okay, instead I want you to pay attention to the fact that there's a long fraction bar here. So this is on top, this is on bottom. Now, when I taught you this lesson, we did it in two different ways. One was to get a common denominator here, and then a common denominator here. Once you get a single fraction, you can change this to a multiplication and flip this fraction. And then I also taught you a faster way, a slicker way, and that is to look for the LCD for both of these. So the LCD is xy for both. So if you multiply xy to the top and bottom, that is legal because this is just a 1. Multiplying by a 1 is legal. Now I'm going to distribute, okay? So it's y over x times xy. The x's will cancel, giving you a y times y, which is y squared, minus, next I'm going to distribute this xy to the second fraction. The y's cancel, so you just get x squared. Just like that, your fractions clear away. Do the same thing here. 1 over y times that. The y's cancel, so you have x. Do it again. The x's cancel, and you have a y left. Now the top can factor, and you should keep going. It's y minus x times y plus x on the top. And on the bottom, it's x minus y. Now, these two factors are similar. They're not the same. You can't just cancel. They're opposites of each other. This is like saying if you have 10 minus 8 divided by 8 minus 10, well, that's 2 over negative 2, which is negative 1. So y minus x is the same as x minus y, except for a negative 1. They're off by a negative 1. So you get negative 1 times y plus x, which is the same as negative y minus x. All right, let's see if we can get another green check here. So it's negative y minus x. Submit that. Very nice. Oh, that's the last one. Here we go. All right, hope that helps. Let me know if you have other questions and you'll get more videos.